Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nerds to Human, and welcome to this brand new series as SPQR, where we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. I'm going to call it the Pacifist run, which, yes, might sound quite contradictory for Total War, but stick with me here. Basically, when you play as SPQR, it's very easy to bulldoze the rest of Italy and basically win the game without too much fuss. But what I want to do is kind of the opposite. I just want to sit there at Rome and wait and wait and wait for the civil war. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. I say pacifist, it's going to end in a huge bloody war. But until we get there, I'm intrigued to see just how long it takes for everything to fall apart. Here we are then with our single region of Latium, and it should be said that we have an incredibly powerful army to start us off with. And as I said in the intro there, if you want to go and smash up the rest of the Romans, you're absolutely welcome to do so. Indeed, I do have a little guide, by the way, on how to play as SPQR, just to fix one or two of the little problems you might come across. One of those, of course, is the Senate button of doom here and here, which we can't click at any point here today, sadly. But what we will do is grab this army here and try and figure out what we can do with it, because if we're going to make a pacifist run, we're not going to be needing all of these guys, because you might notice on the finances we are very much suffering here. So we're going to have to find a way to sort it out, and essentially the best way is to get rid of a huge pile of troops. So I'm going to get rid of the Vitellos and the Hastati, so we'll just get rid of those chaps, and I think I just missed one there. Marvellous. So we're just going to sit here in Rome. That will, with a bit of tax rate boost, start to give us some money. We'll get the port in. So our plan at the start here is very much just to get a bit of money on the board. We are just going to build buildings and just try and keep our army big enough that the other Romans don't get any ideas, because if I get rid of all this army, they will very quickly come and smash my door down. So I need to make sure I don't really give them that opportunity. I'll give you a quick example of that, actually, because if I go and send all of those guys to disband, I think you'll find it's only going to take a few turns before the rest of the Romans decide that I look like a very juicy proposition indeed. Now, actually, this is a good time to point out that Rome is apparently rebelling right now, but we're a bit like the rebels. The rebellion doesn't actually do anything at all. We don't lose any men in riots, and nothing really bad happens whatsoever. There we are, the Julii have attacked us. It's only taken, 4 years? That is magnificent, and just a classic blockade. Oh, Rome Total War loves a blockade to begin it. But you can't protectorate, why not? Let's just switch around this little partnership here. They'll probably wage war on us a turn later anyway. That's normally what I find happens. Yeah. Okay. So yes, again, a bit like in the guide video here, I think I explained there. As soon as one of them declares war, the rest kind of go with it. So yeah, what I want to avoid is this version of events. I kind of want to avoid the version where they attack me. I'd like to see them attack each other. I generally don't know if that will happen, or if they will just have to take on me in the end. Now, it does seem like if we go to them that they're not allies with each other anymore. So they are just all independent nations at this point. They're just all allied in their hatred of their old overlords in the Senate. Okay, that all makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Okay, we'll reload back onto turn one, and I'm going to try and avoid this. So maintaining just the right balance for the army and the economy is really what this little scheme's about. Righty-ho, so back to Rome then on turn one, and this guy, he's not going to be hugely useful, but he is a little bit useful. We can go and grab a bit of money. Honestly, I just send him round, try and grab 100, 200, 300 for map information, trade rights, alliances all over the place. Most people, because you're quite small, honestly don't give you very much at all. But for alliances, you can normally get 500 or so, which is nice to have. So I just go around the map, getting alliances with pretty much everyone. So we'll send that lad on his way. And to be honest, all we really need to do now is click through the turns a bit. Keep an eye on what's going on, but click through those turns. So the plan very much, port. Port is, yes, definitely the way to go. We'll start with that. You'll notice here I've got a couple temples. I've had to add those in. Why these two? Well, pretty much I'm going with Vulcan. Ceres is just there from a bit of playing around with the files. I think it was an example in the guide video, to be honest with you. But hey, we're not really going to be using Ceres at all. We're going to get the Shrine to Vulcan that eventually gets us experience to troops, because we can't really afford lots of troops, so we want what we have to be exceptional. This is the Scipione Temple, which gives us the full gold chevrons. Oh, sorry, not the gold chevrons. The gold swords and the gold shields, as well as +2 experience, which is very much nice to have. So, looking forward to that down the line when we get there. For now, the plan is, get a port, get an academy pretty soon, because that will give us the good management stats we need. And then we'll just, tick our way through the economy, just desperately hoping not to have any problems with the army. I don't really want to create any units if I don't have to. So these guys, they'll deter them for a while. Deter them for a little while. We'll have to see how it all goes down from here. 20 years in and we're starting to get just a few expensive buildings in now. The economy is a bit more tricky. Generally just alliances with everyone. They break the alliance the next turn. It's fine. We just keep on getting 400 denarii here or there. But things are going pretty well. Got ourselves the armory. Things are coming together. What I have noticed though is that I'm kind of getting too many family members. So what I might do, I might send one of these guys at some point off to go and get themselves killed. That seems like a good idea. I have tried, by the way, sending a few units off to try and get involved in their battles, which can be fun. I know many a true nerd on his Brutii campaign, fantastic series by the way if you haven't watched it. On his campaign he would send a unit of cavalry out to just join his so-called allies in battle, because hoping that the auto-resolve, the extreme victory of auto-resolve for the Romans would maybe be slightly tempered if he was physically in the battle, but he normally just it normally just didn't really work, but it was amusing. We'll probably try and get these guys killed just to save us a bit of money on the bodyguard. To be honest, if you send them out, how much are they actually costing me? 80. It's not a lot really, is it? It's only 80, but I think that'll be alright. We'll send someone out to die at some point. There'll be some terrible leader we need to get rid of. What we'll do though, let's turn off the fog of war. Let's keep an eye of what's going on. Interestingly, Seleucids are still alive 20 years in. Egypt's lost Alexandria. This does happen quite a lot, doesn't it? Nothing else particularly bizarre. I would say Scipione having taken Africa this early is a tad surprising, but hey ho. Nothing too interesting so far. Let's just keep going. When I did a few practice runs of this is about the time when I got absolutely smashed by huge full stacks on both Giulio and Scipione. But this time, they seem to be busy. In themselves, which is good news for us indeed. Another 20 years down the line, and it must be said, I'm starting to get a bit worried about the Julii. They have a lot of armies amassed in Italy, and some standing right on the border there. So it's starting to get a bit questionable. Although, it must be said, Armenia doing a beautiful job here, as well as Pontus, who quite squeezed out Greece, but they seem to be doing a fairly tidy job. And Spain having a good game. Oh, this is lovely. I think it's probably time to go and get this guy killed, actually. When he becomes Publius the Lewd, maybe that's the sign to get rid of him. But I have noticed that the rebels are, of course, neutral to us. Hence, I've left this guy here. Just a little buffer along the way. Won't do much, but it's something, eh? And we should go send this guy off to die. Where do they have themselves a battle? You know what? I'll find a place for him to get on with a lovely, juicy battle. We'll get him killed. As you might expect from someone named Publius the Lewd, he's gone off to the depths of Scythia to find himself a lovely Amazonian lady. But he seems like he's just hunting them down. So we'll see how he gets on with that. Probably going to get himself killed eventually by some of the screaming axemen in the distance. But hey ho, the Brutii will finish them off. That'll be absolutely fine. Maybe he'll die in the meantime. Who knows? It's just good to get back into battle with the beautiful purple draped over the shoulder. Ah, yes, the proper Senate of Rome. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh, they've run away! No! This isn't how it's supposed to go. How is Publius the Lewd going to be a lewd man now? Alas, this is a deeply, deeply sad day indeed. Well, the hunt continues, my friends. And unfortunately, we are going to have to watch them run into the distance over here in Diplomat Corner. Bit of a shame, but hey, we'll find another way to kill him eventually. Onto the year 220, and sadly, Publius the Lewd has passed away. His dreams unfulfilled. We'll have to shed a tear for him. But what we should probably do is shed a tear for the whole family name, because We are. I just had a look at the family tree, and it's daughters, daughters, daughter, 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 daughter. This guy's just come of age, who's rather fantastic, it should be said. But daughter, 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 daughter. So they're also married to rather old lady, not having children, and he's married to a child. So at least Decimus Maxentius may have some children, but I might have to start actually accepting some of these betrothal suggestions here, because yeah, I've been rejecting every one of them, but maybe I should start accepting them. You can see now at this point we are actually at the beauty of the Imperial Palace. Marvellous stuff. So a few Praetorian cohorts here in the army as well. We're just starting to add a few more units in, because I can just about afford it. Pantheon is coming in as well. Rome was not built in a day, but it was almost built in 50 years. What a glorious, glorious thing. And the map is another glorious thing. Look at this. The Egyptians. Now, I know the Romans, you might expect the Romans to knock back the Egyptians. Indeed, they have been doing that. But Pontus, look at Pontus. I love Pontus, by the way. Armenia are probably my favourite, but Pontus are rather mental themselves. I love those Cappadocian cavalry. They have some proper phalanxes, the scythed chariots. Oh yes, this is glorious. This whole part of the woods painted in the beautiful blue and green of Pontus and Armenia, how it always should be, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lovely, lovely thing right here. The Brutio seem to have not done anything about the war that I've started with Scythia, so that's absolutely fine. I think we might actually be at peace now. God only knows, it doesn't really matter. All I do know is that, yeah, everyone's starting to get more and more into my land. Obviously, yeah, as you can tell, the marine reforms have long since happened, and I can only have so many troops, so I'm just going to make sure they're the best possible quality. So we'll get the Pantheon in, and I think then straight onto that foundry there. I very much fancy that. I'm a bit held back on the large stone wall here, because it would be useful, but only if I don't sally forth, and I feel like I'm most likely going to run out anyway. Good for support, I suppose. I'll get to it before too long. Certainly the economy is looking a lot better now. So we got ourselves 3 generals, 2 of which are kind of getting on quite a lot actually, and this chap here. So maybe we'll just get the Ludus Magna next, because that will mean we'll get all of the special characters, which I don't know if you noticed this, by the way. Not many people actually ever build the Ludus Magna, but you do get a big pile of special characters, special retinue, which can be quite magnificent. So we'll have a look at those when they come in ages. All these, just clicking through all the turns here. But Spain are doing beautifully well. Ireland is still somehow completely free and just has its units exactly how it did on turn 1. Absolutely marvellous. Britain now seem to have scythed through Germany, and I don't know what's happening. Anyway, civil war can't be, I feel like it can't be too far away. But then again, the Julii only have, well, they have a quincum, but they don't have that much. I'm guessing they might be allies with our good friend Spain over here. They're Dacia are protectorates. Interesting. Very interesting. That's not what I was expecting to see, but there we go. So Spain, where are Spain on the list here? They are allies with these guys over here. So, interesting. We'll keep on flicking for the turns, and we'll see where it takes us, because I'm starting to feel confident that I've got through the tricky part here of just trying to not get attacked too early. Now, if I get attacked, I feel like the time is at least apt, but I need to get a bit more economy out so that I can really get the best possible army, but I don't want to be holding the army up longer than I need to. And yeah, by the way, if you've never noticed, Rome doesn't really have any resources. It's a bit strange. There are actually mines underneath the city, so you can't see them here. There are technically some mines. Yeah, just a bit odd, really. You always think of this being some grand prize, but it's got virtually nothing. It's terrible. Oh, it's actually happened. Okay, 220 was indeed the year, and I'm in trouble, aren't I? Potentially, yes. Judea started the Civil War. Now, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see how much further we can push this, because I like a save at this point. You know, that who knows? They've all declared war at me at once, so I'm in big trouble here. But I want to see how late we can make this happen. And potentially if they can attack each other first. That's really what I want to see. Fine. You know, I could probably take this army, though. There's a bit of Praetorian in here, but there's no general. Probably could go and beat them. Let's give them a poke. Why not? Game thinks I have a fair chance, to be honest. And yeah, no general. And a bit of a mishmash, to be honest. Lots of Velites and like Auxilia and all that kind of nonsense. It says 1-to-1 ratio. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot simpler than that. Although, quite why... Oh, you're the faction leader. I'm going to say, the other chap here has a much better command stat. But yeah, faction leader always takes precedence. So, time to hoover into Captain Gaius here. Just out of principle of would I survive. Then I'll just fight a bridge battle against this guy. And all be golden, of course. Let's fight him off. I've had too many clicking end turns. So, let's head into a battle. Having to spend half an hour setting up all my troops, I decided instead let's just charge my general straight to the Hastati, because that seems like a hilarious thing to do. Charge! Dun 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 dun. Kablam! Wow, they are pretty much broken instantly. They have broken instantly! Okay, let's maybe all these infantry need to just kind of take up a position now. Like, now. Now. This is Triarii. Oh, this works out for me. Oh, they don't want to do it. Oh, this isn't going to work out for them. They're going to get trapped by Triarii. That's the general gone. And, oh yeah, that was only Equite. I forgot that wasn't even a proper unit. Oh well, that works out quite nicely for me. Let's bring these Triarii back in here. I am not, by the way, planning to do this battle in any way properly, but it's more just for my own... Oh, they're throwing all their javelins in at 2 Hastati. As is life. Right, well, there we go. Isn't like we had to be really careful with the usage of whatever. Anyway, get your cavalry around the back, lads. Get their cavalry around the back, and we'll win this before long. I don't have control of that general because, of course, I don't, because that's what this game loves to do. Let's just get into the back of these guys. Archer Auxilia. Archers! You want to go down, sirs? Okay. That is more of those gone. Into the back. Lovely. Not really sure what the AI are trying to do here. I guess they're going to be throwing missiles in a moment. They don't seem to be. Oh, whatever. Okay. Praetorian cohorts. Principe. Actually, just start to kind of pull around there. That'll be fine. Auxilia. That's some Praetorians. That's some mine Praetorians anyway, so that'll be fine. And the rest of them. That'll be... Yeah, absolutely grand. In comes the charge, and with this I think there's now going to be a mass rout from all of their units. Good. So, I feel a lot better about this civil war right now than I did a few moments ago. Yeah, you throw some javelins in. You've still got javelins, sir. By all means, use them. You seem to have gone completely mental. I feel like it looks kind of like he's yeah, he's kind of running amok, but I think he's just routing. No, that's just not my unit. Of course it's. Ah, dear. Well, this is a mass rout. I don't even use any real tactics here. I just had better units. So there we go. This is always part of the plan, though. This is always the plan. That when it came to the Civil War, I would just be able to mop them up with superior units like this. Quite frankly, this is just a chaotic mess. Let's just... I'm not going to bother doing this properly. Anyway, I think we've proved our point. Don't mess with Rome. And we will be a lovely, lovely Senate. He won't in any way look down upon you from our ivory towers. Rome demands victory from her generals, and today is a clear victory. Marvellous stuff. Right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, ladies and gents, because I wouldn't mind fighting a good old civil war from this ridiculously set back position here. I have started to get the first cohort out, by the way. Yes, I'll tell you what, I'll save up here, because I reckon we can have some fun with this, but I'm going to continue flicking through the turns, because I want to see, I kind of want to experiment. I want to see if I can, convince the AI here to attack each other. I generally haven't seen it. I don't know if they ever will, but we're going to see if it's going to work. So I'll save this up here. We'll continue this, and yeah, we'll go to the Civil War perhaps as a sort of a mini-series. I think that might be a good idea for this. I did say at the start this would be a little series, but it's more likely to be this will be the pacifist part of the run. That massacre aside, of course. Yeah, annoyingly, because I happened to save just the exact turn that this was happening, I've had to just buy the only mercs I can get and just get a quick one-turn unit out, just to hopefully this time prevent the Civil War, but it's still happening. Damn and blast. Right, well, I'm going to have to keep on trying with... Something weird happened over there. Someone's dead. Someone else is dead. That was interesting. Anyway, people are just collapsing everywhere. They're just so depressed at the thought of the Senate collapsing. I know it is a dark day, my good sir, but you need not sacrifice yourself. We have the reload button. So an unexpected twist here. Mediolanium has been sacked by the Spanish. Generally, the Julii are being kicked out of their territories by the Spanish. This is very strange indeed. This is not what I had in mind when I planned this particular episode. What happened? It's like they turned their armies away from me on, 220, and since then it's all gone completely wrong. Interesting stuff indeed. One day maybe the Spanish will actually bother to invade Britain. No sign of the Spanish Armada just yet. No siree, but Armenia are doing their job. This is lovely. Egypt are gone, by the way. I'm not sure if they're actually at war with Pontus. Almost pressed the Senate button of doom. Must avoid that. Yeah, they're at war with everyone, pretty much. Okay. Yes, we are starting. We actually have the urban barracks now. So we have a Legionary First Cohort. Legionary First Cohort, that's an important one there. Get that for a bit of buff. These hoplites I desperately hide just to keep the numbers up. Can go. Urban Cohort time. Oh, yes. Do we need them? Yes, we do. We need one. But yeah, the Julii seem to be collapsing. They're doing that annoying diplomat talk to me every turn, like they're about to attack me. But that aside, yeah, they seem to be collapsing. And I'll be honest, yeah, the Spanish seem to be sending more men in. And I don't see the Julii armies at all. Very strange. The mass siege of northern Italy is going down. I mean, Segesta looks like it's going to fall because the Spanish have reinforcements there. They just about won the battle there at Batavium. At the bridge over here on the Po River, it looks like the Spanish are winning. This could go really wrong for the Julii, which is very interesting. Oh, Egypt exists again. Come back from the dead. They probably still had Salamis. I didn't actually check that last time. I didn't think they could come back on this. There we are. I have a full stack over here. God knows what's going on. I do like this. Is like a very strange time lapse situation. Normally plays the rebels on the time lapse, but Rome actually, to be fair, it's probably easiest on this. Just plays Rome up in Themyscira actually. It's probably what Melkor does actually on those time lapses. Anyway, that aside, yeah, this war is hilarious. Hilarious. And it just gets worse and worse for the Romans here because the Greek... Well, the Greek cities have been destroyed, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is Segesta is now fallen. Batavium, well, while it's not gone yet, it seems like they've bled out almost all of the forces. The Dacian vassals have been murdered by the Brutii, so that's no more. Honestly, I might have to face the Spanish rather than the Roman Civil War. That is... I'm kind of surprised that this is still going on, ladies and gents, but I'm impressed at the Spaniards here. Oh, there we go. I moved to Spain and immediately become the best faction in all of Total War. Who knew that this could be a true thing? Batavium is empty. There's no one in there. They've walked in. Batavium, Arretium's under siege. Ariminum's about to be under siege. You need to get your Aquinca army here right now. I don't think they can. Look at the hordes of Spaniards. Oh dear, it's like every Portuguese person's worst nightmare. We have some money. Ludus Magna. Actually, let's get this large stone wall. But we did just get the full-on foundry here, and with the Pantheon, oh, you know what that means. That means all of our armor and weapons can be up to gold, a rare and beautifully wondrous thing. Let us get them all trained up. Oh yes. So the Civil War, not sure when that will happen, because the Scipioni seem to be kind of stuck here at the moment. They're struggling to hold any of this down against the Egyptians. They kind of just need to take Salamis to knock the rebellions out of the game. Other than that, I guess they'll eventually come and find each other. But yeah, the Julii are gone. I don't think they're coming back out of this. It's just ridiculous. I think the Spanish are actually about to attack me. This is... Oh, leave me alone. You've ruined the experiment. Oh dear, this... Wow, they are spamming armies like absolute demons, which is a simile that doesn't truly make any sense. But am I going to get the attack on the end turn here? No, they're definitely the last faction actually. There we go. Ooh, trade rights. Yes, please. Would you do you like some money? No, let's have map information. Let's just be friends. You have nothing to offer us because I've already got the cheating map up. Okay, they're chill with us. We've not waged war with them all this time. They've left us alone. Oh no, Araminum's still there. I genuinely don't think I've actually seen myself. I mean, I've seen it on time lapses when I've mucked around with that, or on Milkers, as I said, but myself playing the game, I've never seen the Romans collapse like this. I mean, this has really got nothing to do with me either. I've done nothing to ruin the Julii other than prevent that little civil war there about 5 years before this. Also, these principes are kind of becoming obsolete, so they've been obsolete a while, so I might get one more of the... Oh, need the money. I need the money, damn it. We'll get rid of the principes. I reckon we are safe-ish, apart from the massive Spanish horde. But we're safe-ish. We've got ourselves some incredibly high-quality troops, so yeah, a bit of money coming in. We'll make a bit of building going on. Just ignore the rioting. That doesn't really exist, of course. Oh, Spain. What a marvellous thing this is. Can't help but notice this big Carthaginian stack standing outside. Yep. The Carthaginians have taken on Rome, which, interesting plot twist. I wasn't quite expecting that. Well, I was once they landed over here on the coast. But yes, I didn't really realise they were still alive. But there we are, over in Caralis and Parma. They still have a couple cities. So, yeah, somehow they've pulled out a full stack army out of their nether regions, and they've decided to take on Rome, which, to be honest, probably isn't the best idea. We've got ourselves, well, to be fair, not a huge amount of troops, but plenty in terms of quality. Futuraria, of course, I can't really train, but it's much nicer than the Exilia, so I thought I'd keep them for the time being. Doesn't look particularly brilliant, does it? Right, we'll get onto that in a minute. Don't know we're doing a pacifist run, damn it. So rude. There's more reinforcements. What are they doing? Who knows, eh? Yeah, the Spanish have been pushed back. Sadly, I think they've missed their chance. To be fair, they could still easily take Araminum if they just go for it. But it looks like they're getting battered. The Brutii have turned up, and they are coming in force. Oh yeah, and they're taking on Denmark as well. Okay, how are we looking down here? Down in the south, we actually have in the southeast, yes, Antioch, Tarsus. We have a border between the Brutii and the Scipioni over in the east, which is interesting. Yeah, Scipioni taking out the Parthians. Armenia seem to just be getting on with their own life, but Egypt hanging on with rebellions. But by and large, I think we're getting closer. I think the recovery over here and the pushback against Spain will speed things back up. But in the meantime, we need to go and deal with Carthage. What I could do... don't want to go and finish them off. I didn't, honestly, I think what happened was that this used to be Scipione, but it rebelled. So I hope the Scipione will go back and take that, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not allowed to take anything until the Civil War happens. So let's head in here, work out what we got to face. Wow, the game fancies a chances 4-1. They have some good silver armour here, but we've got the gold and yeah, just mercenary pelters. Not even the good kind of mercenary pelters. Didn't even bring the Illyrians. Arthur Gibbons, the lot of them. Yeah, we should take him out. Let's go. Let's take on Thero. Oh wow, the Carthaginians are just going to run in front of my towers. What a bunch of fools. This is marvellous. I haven't seen this since like 1.0 version of Rome Total War, where absolutely all that would happen was you just defend sieges by standing in front of the towers. It was a beautiful thing back in 2004. They did patch it. As much as patches didn't really exist back then, but the next edition did sort that one out. And that's pretty much what this is now, isn't it? That's the gold edition. So they're probably getting a few little pick shots at them. I actually, having said all this, I can't actually see any arrows. So apparently our towers are completely useless. Nonetheless, I don't think we've got an awful lot to take on here. There's a few spears, a few phalanxes we need to be a bit careful about. These aren't exactly anything to write home about. No, I think we'll be absolutely fine. Let's get these chaps out of here. I might just leave one on this wall because they look like they're going to get in range of the javelins at some point. So, yes, let's get ourselves set up. Ooh, a big pile of pelters has suddenly emerged out of the grass. And we probably should have spotted them, frankly, from the hill. But hey, well, we'll send them in. We're in a bit of an odd charge here because of the just what happens when you sally out of the city. So this charge is not working at all. We're going to hit the Iberian infantry, which is not a problem. That will just be destroyed. So we'll just plough through them. Quite frankly, we've definitely got what we need to do that. So just send the cavalry through. That should at least give us a bit of cover while we got the infantry out. Lovely stuff. They have nothing, do they? Really only have complete trash. A few units of decent spear in the middle, but that's about it. I don't even know what they're trying to do right now. It's not working for them, whatever it is. So, let's get our infantry to run on forward. See some round shields back there trying to do something. I'm not really sure what exactly that is. Let's just chase these guys off. It looks like the general's going to charge us. Nope. Didn't think that was very clever either, good sir. I didn't think it was. So, the general's coming in. Is he going to give us a proper charge? Yeah! There we go. Leapt like a salmon, that chap over there. That was marvellous. Just about managed to clear him out with the charge here because he's already completely surrounded. So, let's try and actually get these guys into battle properly. Actually, they're throwing their javelins. They're throwing their javelins, and that's pretty much all we need to see. Praetorian, you get yourself over here. There goes the general, and that is pretty much the invasion over. No Hannibal, I can say that much. This guy is completely terrible. So I don't actually know which of the units are just sent where, but let's just take all those guys out. And main infantry can square up to them. And to be honest, these guys can just come down here. They'll probably not make it to the battle before it's all over, but that's not a problem. We'll just mop them all up. Wow. I know I've gone for let's have some elite men here, but we are really seeing the difference in having some elite units, aren't we? They are tearing them apart. I don't really want to lose any Triarii, so they can just stand back here. The rest of the men can start pushing forward. They're in full retreat. You know what, even the Libyan spearmen I'm not bothered about. We'll just charge whatever we can get our spears onto. So, there we go. Yeah, they're gone. They are not going to survive that for very long. And you know what, we're okay. We're okay. I was a bit worried for half a second there because they weren't quite clearing that unit out, but we'll turn around and finish them off. Well, there we go. Hardly the Second Punic War, but it'll do. It will certainly do. It's fun to get back onto the battlefield once in a while. I haven't used a proper Roman army in a long time, so yeah, it's quite fun to have out all of the toys. Clear victory, 16 kills by the Carthaginians, and that is it. So I'm not sure what the other guys want to do, but if they just want to get on a boat, they are welcome. If you want to go home, honestly, it's not an issue at all. Do I have a diplomat? I don't. I will get one. I could do with some random bribery, actually, because eventually I'm going to have nothing else to build, so I suppose I might as well, go and set myself up with a bit of bribery anyway. Not good on the boat, which is interesting. I would say foolish is probably a more accurate phrase, but there we go. Well, agent recruited. Oh yes, of course, that's what I wanted to do. Is that one battle? I mean, certainly in Medieval 2, one smashing of the enemy was normally enough for ceasefire. Yeah, there we go. We are a harlot. Oh, the Brutias have really turned the screw now. They've burnt down Segesta and Arretium on the same turn. Ariminum has just about held off. And the Carthaginians seem to have more men around once again. To be fair to them, I'm not sure they can get home because the Spanish are floating around and they're definitely at war with Carthage. So that might be somewhat what's going on here. But yeah, I think he's maybe floating around thinking, can I? Should I? No. No, you shouldn't, my good sir. I'm going to keep ending my turn. I want to get that siege engineer out. We are nearly there, though. We've nearly got all of the buildings. So here we are, 172, the greatest of all the years, of course. And we are, just down to the last couple of buildings. So we get in there. A new young chap has come through. He's married the young daughter to make sure we still have 3 family members, because I'm a little bit worried that we're going to run out, but seem to be doing okay. What's going on now, Julii? Threatening war once again, I assume. I think in the previous version of this, ooh, there goes Vesuvius. Wow, Capua can't be doing very well right now. Eruption at Vesuvius, indeed. Herculaneum has vanished beneath the ash. Yes, that seems a little bit early in history, but okay. Vulcan's angry. Yes, I think so, because we're not using his great troops. Not enough, not quite yet. We will get this. Carthaginians seem to be building up their forces once again. It matters not. We'll have them slaughtered. And the eruption is not happy on the end turn. It's truly not. There we are. It's settled down again. Ah, defeat is imminent. My honour as a Roman is about to be called into question. Another faction is about to claim victory, not without taking Rome, they're not. So, yeah, I must say, looking at the map here, the Brutii are definitely the best of the Roman faction. Well, apart from me, of course. Yeah, the Julii, well, they exist, and that's about it. Scipione cannot hold on to Egypt at all, can they? It's absolutely ridiculous. They don't seem to be able to hold down any of this. In fact, they seem to have lost Antioch to the Brutii. There are times when I think these guys are at war, but they are not at the moment. So we'll see. Armenia's still holding on to, well, pretty much all of it, actually. It's still going strong. And, yeah, Carthage has been battered up by the other Romans, so we're all good over here. Sadly, the homogeny. Anyway, Spain is pretty much getting destroyed at this point, but it is the Brutii just taking on everybody. The Germans have been knocked out of the game. The Britons are back to their starting setup. They've got Ireland. Amazing. The world has truly come together. Very interesting proposition here. The rebels want an alliance and trade rights. Well, I must say, as the Emperor of Anarchy here on Tenacious the Human, I think it is only fair that I become allies with the rebels, which is interesting. Not sure quite where the game has pulled that one out of, even playing as the rebels. I couldn't offer that. That is absolutely magnificent. Perhaps such an offer should be an apt time for us to end this, actually, because for now anyway, let's end it, because at the moment I'm starting to lose a little bit of money, but I have got myself an army that is ready. I think it's fair to say these guys look ready for any battle that comes before them. At this point, it does seem clear that the Romans have kind of smashed up the entirety of the world. Even Spain itself is now being counter-invaded, and it's only really, I think, a matter of time until they're gone. Even Egypt have been conquered. Just brings a tear to my eye even saying that. I'm choking up. The Scipione finally managed to hold back the beast. The Julii exist as ever, and yeah, just Armenia. It's just Armenia really who have any real strength. But they are being picked apart. I can see it already. Yeah, see, our text to Carthage is under siege. It is a sad time, but the Brutii are certainly at 50 settlements at this stage. Just Rome is all that stands between them and victory. And hopefully that will start to trigger the civil war properly. So we'll see if we can manage to induce that next time. For now, I think this is where we will leave it. An interesting experiment. It's not been quite as peaceful as perhaps I intended, but I've only started a few of those battles, so it's fine. For now, I will leave you. Please join me for next time, where we will see what's going to happen with all this nonsense. I'm Thomas, this is Tenacious the Human, and this has been a Pacifist campaign for SPQR. Thank you, and bye-bye. They are just throwing themselves to their deaths. Woohoo! Chunky, chunky, chunky death. Oh, that wasn't a very good charge. Oh, we're flying. There is no one near beside him. Yeah, axe in the head. Axe in the head. Yeah, beautiful.